the street lights came on. I paid cash at the gas station for candy. For soda I probably shouldn't have been drinking. And I got free air in my bicycle. It was great, but a lot has changed. It used to be great, but I was done when I took my children to a basketball game because my father gave us tickets. And as we walked down the street in Charlotte, what happens is there's a lot of homeless people. And two of them are about to get in a fight. One of them clearly has a blade. Perhaps the other one was armed also. Except I'm unarmed because I'm not allowed to take my weapon into the Spectrum Arena. I was done when I saw the homeless men harassing unescorted women. It used to be great. I was done when I got inside the Spectrum Arena and went to purchase popcorn. What we have? Popcorn, 2 sodas, and a cheeseburger. It was $52. I went to pay cash, and they looked me in the face and said, "We don't accept cash," and I was done. We were all done when they closed the churches. We were done when they got 12 weeks instead of a 6-week heartbeat bill. We have a supermajority that we voted in for that cause. We were all done when they masked the kids and we heard what they were teaching all of our children. We were done collectively, and the question begins to arise over and over again: what do we want life to look like 10 years from today? Because if we want it to look different than it looks today, this election matters. We have to get out and vote. We have to hit share. We have to put the sign in our yard. You have to take the risk to tell people to vote for the person you're voting for. What do you want life to look like 10 years from today? I envision life with my wife and I walking down the street safely. My parents will be older. They're going to need care. My children will be coming into their full adulthood, no longer asking for my wallet. With God's grace, starting their family. What do I want life to look like 10 years from today? That's how I got involved in politics. I got involved because my parents, both 100% disabled veterans, in 2019, they moved to South Carolina because North Carolina didn't have an exemption for their primary residence. I got involved because I realized that the bubble I created for my children, you heard of helicopter parents, right? I'm the Iron Dome of parents. They are my most prized asset, and I shelter them as much as I can. But I realize that's not going to continue forever. They're going to go live in the world I live in. They're going to go live in a world where they have to, like me, pay 100% of your taxes. Where, like me, they're going to have to not vote for Obama. Right? Where, like me, they're going to have to not have an afro. They're going to live in that world. And that's why I'm asking for your vote, not because of the world that I would like for my children, but because of the world that you want for your children. We have an amazing slate of candidates. They have broken the record for the they're at 23 mailers for my opponent. 23. They're at almost $2 million against Mr. Harris. People who have never held an elected office. And I'm going to tell you, they're not worried about me or Mr. Harris. They're worried that we're going to represent your interests. I'm telling you what, we were all done and our eyes were opened when we got that tax revaluation. They didn't have the will or conviction to do something about it. They knew it was coming. They didn't have to do it when they did it. They did it anyway. But we have a bad habit. In closing, I'm going to tell you this. In North Carolina, we have a bad habit in our politics, and that habit is we love the headline and the news. So when they file the bill to make them take cash, The bill didn't pass, but they sure got the headline. When they filed the bill to say no sanctuary cities in North Carolina, it didn't pass, but they got the headline. And I want to tell you, the only difference between downtown Charlotte and Chicago is where the news cameras are. And unless we get the right people in office, we shouldn't expect them to address any of these things. Because if it doesn't have a headline, the will of the people simply isn't enough for our government in North Carolina, and I am tired of that mess. I've lived here, I've watched it. Yeah. We need to get the right people in. Yeah. We need people who care about what we, the people, want. Yeah. God bless you. I ask you to support.